Well, today's episode was very interesting. Junior confronts his demons. Meanwhile, Danielle is back with some very, very interesting tea, and it is a hard pill to swallow. Charmaine gives Lily a rightful piece of her mind, and I agree, it's time to say adios to Lily, at least for right now. But before we get into the show, we're going to have a really, really, really special guest that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned. The review is up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are your Black Ink Crew Chicago review panel. We're missing two people today, but that's okay because I'm gonna hold it down. I got my girl Drew in the building. What's up, Drew?
What's up, boo?
What's up? Are you ready to get into this episode?
I am. There's a lot to talk about.
It is so much to talk about. Some very important topics, and I feel like we're the right two to kind of get into it, right?
Yeah.
But before we get into the episode, we have a very special guest with us Skyping in today for the very first time. Ladies and gentlemen at home, will you please give a warm welcome in your hearts to our girl, Ashley Mrs. Brumfield.
Yay!
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I am doing good. How y'all doing?
We doing good.
We're good.
We are so thankful that you are willing to Skype in with us and just give us a little bit of what's on your mind when it comes to your 9 Mag involvement and just this being a new lifestyle. We want to know, we want to hear, because so many people have wanted to hear from your point of view, your experiences with this show and everything that's happened and the ups and downs. So now we have you here. Let's get into it. 9 Mag, you know, what is it like being a 9 Mag wife, or like, family, as a part of the 9 Mag family, and going through this experience with your husband being so heavily involved in the staff?
Well, it's kind of got its ups and downs. I mean, I love all of them. I do love all of them as my family. So, it is good times and it is bad. I can definitely say that, these last, past couple of days and just past seasons, it's been good. It's been on a high note. So I'm happy to say that, couple of seasons was very hard for me, kind of rough, just displaying my whole life and my family, relationship and marriage. But, nowadays, I mean, they're better, and just hope that, 9 Mag could just still stay together as a family.
I was going to ask you, in the beginning, we saw some ups and downs with you and Don before you guys really got to the point where you became husband and wife, but you fought through it. But after you got married, you faced a really tough situation when there was a Skype situation that almost broke your relationship up. How were you guys able to fight through that type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, when you got to get over something, you know what I mean?
How did you guys get over that speed bump in the road?
How did y'all get over that bump in the road with your lives being so public and that being so, because I thought that young lady was extremely disrespectful, and it was so many times that I wanted to jump through the TV screen and just help you whoop her ass straight up. I'm gonna just leave it like that. Like, I felt like she deserved it. How did you hold your composure and get through that as a woman and just being in the public eye?
Well, when that situation happened between me and Don, that was like the first time that I decided to separate, because at that point it was a lot on me and it was too much. And the separation and time between us both actually helped us get through it. So all the other, drama and things that we had going on in our relationship before we were husband and wife, we kind of just worked through it. We still stuck together, we stayed together, and just let time go by, and we got better with the situation. But that last time, the only thing that got us through was separation.
That was a doozy, like a fake pregnancy and all of that. Like, she really took it to the...
Yeah, she was really doing the most on that one.
Yeah, she did the most. That was, I commend you for keeping the cool that you did keep, because I think I would have tried to snatch her wig off far before, for you. Like, when y'all had that one-on-one, I just felt like, how did she even have the nerve to stand in somebody's, in a wife's face and really... It was just completely disrespectful. But I'm happy that you guys got over it. Do you think that Don believed you? Like, does he know that he has your heart? Or when you left it, he knew it was really serious, huh?
Yeah, when I left, I think that, he really took it serious because, like I said, in the past when we had issues and drama and things in our relationship, I just kind of stayed there and just tried to, pray and hope that things got better with us. But this time I actually like got up and left and went to a whole nother state for about 6 months. So I think at that moment he like, oh no, she not playing. She real serious this time. So he definitely took me serious and he really considered my feelings. And I mean, ever since then, he has been doing very good. Me and him is on a, high road and we haven't had any issues.
Exactly, because I want to commend you because so many times we see these type of shows break people up, but what you guys were strong enough to do was to get through it together and actually show an example of what it's like to stay together and to work through your issues, because you guys have a family, and I thought it was really important for people to have an example because people's lives aren't perfect out here. So the fact that people could see you guys go through it and stay together, I think that it was a big moment for Black love in general. Like, we're gonna go through things, but you guys encouraged a lot of people who I'm sure may have been through the same situation to show that, it can work. And I commend you because I think that Don is a changed man. He's in his turtlenecks now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's presenting a new Don to the world. He didn't go to Vegas. We commended him for that. So we see Don turning a new page, right? Don't you agree?
I absolutely agree. I actually have a question for you because I feel like the way you handle situations, I'm always like, she's a better woman than me.
Exactly.
Because I like... With the Instagram and like Twitter and stuff, obviously people, especially women, kind of thirst after Ryan and Four and Dawn, and we've seen you check someone in the comments before about being real thirsty about Dawn. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with all these like women kind of just crossing the line a lot, online? Because you seem very calm and poised about it.
I mean, that's because behind closed doors, trust and believe, it's hard. It's very hard, and it's hard for me to keep my composure and not keep making comments and things like that. So trust and believe, it is hard, but I just sometimes I just ignore it. I don't even read the comments anymore, to be honest with you, because I already know that I'm going to be mad, I'm going to be upset when I read the comments. So I know my husband is very handsome, and so many women out here, they just disrespectful. They don't care, they don't care about us being married. They don't care about me or anything. So they're going to make comments. Some of them say things about me. It's just, it'd be a lot, but I just ignore it. Don't read the comments. Don't feed into it, and it just go about my day.
Yeah, because like I try to tell, we've faced that issue before with other interviews, and we try to really express that it's just it really is real life for y'all, but for so many people it's just a show. It's just entertainment. You guys are characters, but when you have to go home and deal with these issues, I commend you guys for being strong, especially you, because you have been through your fair share of ups and downs, and in your relationship. So, speaking of Don, how are you feeling about his new ventures into acting?
I'm very excited. I'm very happy for him, and definitely very supportive because I know this is what he want to do. So, I'm just behind him 100% because he has been, working all night and day to just make sure that he do, conquer this venture that he wants. So I'm very happy, and I'm supportive of him.
Is there any particular like creative avenues you want to go down? Like, have you thought about getting into acting or, fashion or anything particular?
Definitely. Actually, fashion is more of my speed. Actually, I went to cosmetology school. I am a cosmetologist.
Yes. That's why that hair be laid like that in every interview.
Always laid.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a cosmetologist, and like when Don first met me, that's the first thing he noticed about me. I always kept my hair done and things like that. When we had our first child, it was, both our first child together. So I kind of like fell off a little bit. I kind of got a little lazy, one trying to do my hair and things like that. But just as the time progressed, I just started getting that passion again for, doing hair. And now I'm dipping and dabbing in makeup. I got a couple of, business ventures that's coming out as well around the hair and the makeup and things like that. So that is definitely my lane, and, it'll be coming out very, very soon.
Well, you're going to have to keep us posted on that so we can let everybody know, because we absolutely want to support you and all of your endeavors like we do, all of the crew. You are definitely a big part of this show, and we want to give you as much light and love and shine as we possibly can.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, did you get a chance to see tonight's episode?
Yes, I did. Me and Don was actually, he did a real romantic dinner tonight
Okay.
because, yeah, we were so busy working on Valentine's Day together. So, he wanted to make it up and he had a romantic dinner tonight. The kids are gone. They with our
Uh-oh.
relatives. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Y'all
we
gonna be
sat
doing a
back
little bit of acting
and
later on too, huh?
yeah, yeah, we sat back and had a nice dinner and watched the show tonight. So we watched it and it was crazy, but it was cool.
How did you feel about Lily's comments about her using the N-word?
To be honest with you, I mean, I feel that no one should use it. That's
Mm-hmm.
just, my point of view about it. I wouldn't just pinpoint out just Lily because
Mm-hmm.
everyone do use it. Everyone at Nine Mag use it, whether you black, white, Hispanic, whatever. So I wouldn't just pinpoint out Lily using it. I mean, it's not right for her to use it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not right that any of us use it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as far as the argument goes, she's definitely wrong for using the word.
Mm-hmm.
I don't condone her using the word, but I just think as a people, and especially Nine Mag, we all need to get better and stop using the word completely.
That's a good point. I think that she at least should have apologized if she realized that she had offended an African American woman by directly calling another woman a nigga, because that's what she did. I think that she owed her an apology, if anything. But she had a point when she said, y'all let me get away with it for so long. That's why we have to be careful and hold each other accountable at all times, with sensitive issues like that. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with her.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just I think it's a lot of words that, especially on set, when we on set, that we should stop saying. I mean, some of the guys call girls bees, it's just a lot of different things and words that is said on the show that we all need to take, responsibility for and just stop using them. But I do agree, Lily should have, apologized. So, I mean, because that word can be, really taken very negative. I mean, negative, especially to an African American, and you're a different race. So definitely, she should have apologized to Jen for calling her that. So I agree with you as well.
Yeah, I think because we're going to get into it a little bit later, but that just really took us back, and we have a whole lot that we want to talk about when it comes to that. But speaking of reconciliation, the whole crew is kind of back together with the exception of Kat. How does it make you feel to see all the guys together on the screen again? Like, knowing, I'm pretty sure you've been there from the beginning of this situation. So does it make you as happy as it makes us to see that everybody is getting along together and back in one shop again?
Yes, because when Nine Mag started, all the guys started out as like a brotherhood. So all of them are like brothers. My brothers, I love all of them. So it was just tearing me apart because I felt like at one point we were like taking sides, especially when the beef with Van and Ryan, I love both of them. So I didn't want to take sides or anything. So I'm just happy that they're able to get along with each other again. They're back to their brotherhood. We can all party together, hang out together without having any arguments and having to pick sides.
Yes. All right. Well, we have to get into the rest of this interview, but I mean, not the rest of the review. I'm sorry, but is there anything that you want to add or you want the people to know just about anything on your mind? Just want to let the people know. Let them know where to find you, first of all.
Okay, well, you can find me on Instagram at Ashley_Danielle_P. On Facebook, I'm under Ashley AP Pickens. I'm working on my Twitter, so I will let you guys know about my Twitter as soon as I get that up and running. As of now, I'm still with the crew, so I am still filming for, Black Ink Crew Chicago. So y'all will see me. I know y'all haven't seen too much of me on this, season just yet, only because they were, still dealing with so much drama inside Nine Mag. But me and Don, we got a lot of big things in store, so y'all are going to be seeing me a lot more soon.
Awesome.
Yep. And as of now, like I said, I am getting into the fashion world with the hair and makeup. I got a lash line coming out.
Okay.
So just stay tuned.
That's what's up. Well, make sure we want to hear about it. We're going to big you up. We're going to support you in every way possible. And thank you so much for Skyping into us. Thanks for tolerating our commentary, because I know we get loose in here. We like to say what's fun for us to say because we know what our viewers want too. So thank you for tolerating us.
Yeah, thank you
and
for
just
being a good sport.
letting us be, be the journalists and panel hosts that we need to be. So we appreciate you for that too, and appreciate your patience. Just congratulations on your relationship staying solid, for showing people what growth is, for showing people how to get beyond the hump, and for having your relationship and your family a solid unit. Like, we congratulate y'all. We're happy for y'all. We want to see you guys grow, and we can't wait to see what you guys have next. So maybe next time we can get both of y'all in the studio together. That would be amazing.
Yes. I think that would be great. We got a lot to show and a lot to, just show the real. We got growth. That's the main thing. So we happy to share that with the world. And we just want people to kind of see us outside the show as well, because, so many people judge us off the show. So that would be great to come in together.
Yes. Well, if you guys can make it happen, we'll be here waiting for you guys. Thanks for Skyping in. We appreciate it. We're going to get into the rest of this review, but thanks so much, and we'll hit you back.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
No problem. It was a pleasure. All right.
Have a good night.
All right, you too, love. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
I love her.
So sweet.
So sweet.
So sweet. So awesome to see them make it through the challenge of reality TV. How many people have we seen break up and lose everything that they've had right in front of our eyes?
But not even keep it together, but to grow and become a better couple. That's talent right there.
Bruh's turtlenecked up.
Yeah.
It was a tweet the other day that was like, you can always tell a guy in a relationship because they always end up in turtlenecks. And I fell out. I was like, if that ain't Dawn.
That's facts. It's his modesty. He's like, don't look at me.
Right. He's like, I know I got these muscles, but chill.
Stop it. I got a woman and I love her.
All right, on to the episode, because I know our viewers are waiting to hear what we have to say about this. Junior might be having charges pressed against him.
Yes.
And Danielle's back with a scoop, honey, and a very hard pill to swallow. And I'm not mad at how Charmaine gave her a piece of her mind. But before we get into that, we want to drop a little bit of information from the network on you guys so we can get into this review.
Yes. Hey, AfterBuzzers, first and foremost, we want to say thank you so much for rocking with us through all of these seasons. We always have such a good time hearing you all's opinions, whether you agree with us, whether you disagree with us. We love getting to chat with you, but we need your help. We aren't just a reality TV after show. We have lots of other amazing channels. We have drama, we have superheroes, we have sci-fi, you name it, we probably have an after show for it. So check us out, subscribe to one or more of our channels, and when you do, put it in the comments and we'll be sure to shout you guys out. But for now, we really appreciate you all. We love you all, whether you come at us or you show us love.
We ready for y'all.
We rock with y'all. So yeah, let us know when you guys do it. We're on iTunes, Spotify. Give us 5 stars. Don't be rude with it.
Be
5
rude.
words doesn't
Just
count.
be ready for the clap back.
Yeah, I heard if you don't put 5 stars, like, it doesn't work. So I just feel like you should just go ahead and
do 5 stars.
Just go ahead and put 5.
Because why not? All right, back to non-mag in Chicago, honey. Junior might be getting charges pressed because SP, side piece, got his tooth knocked out and he's mad. How you feel about that?
Okay, maybe this is me being from the hood. Don't let this voice fool you.
Yes.
But where I grew up, you don't call the police. Calling the police is a punk move. And so that's just what I feel like the situation is. You ran up, you had something to say, you got knocked down, and that's the end of it. You pick up your pride and you go. So the fact that SP is pressing charges and all this, like, I just feel like that's real lame. That's a real lame move.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like he was really popping slick, showing off for the cameras. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like he didn't want to look like a punk on TV, and so he took it to the max. But if you have the gall to spit in a woman's face, you have the gall to take whatever's coming behind that. You have the gall to take whatever is coming behind that. So, sorry, bro, like, you got your tooth knocked out. Now, do I feel like the way it was edited, it did, to me, in my honest opinion, it made it look like Junior was doing a little too much.
I was going to follow it up with that. Junior was doing too much. And I do agree with Adriana that he needs to go to anger management, because we've seen him. First of all, I don't think you're a bad person if you have anger issues. I feel like there's a very negative connotation on needing to go to anger management. And I don't think that, like, I don't think you should be ashamed that you need to go to anger management, just like people shouldn't be ashamed that they need to go to therapy.
Exactly.
And I love that 9mag is addressing
mental
health in this sense. But yeah, I do think that Junior definitely, I don't know any man who's going to let somebody call them a bitch.
Right.
And not get hit.
Right. Like, you know what's coming after you, like, you know what I said, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, oh, here it goes. Well, it's about to go.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Junior's girlfriend admits to him, like, look, I think you have a problem, babe, and I think it's about that time that you take it to a therapist.
And and I like that she said, you know, she didn't just say you need to go do it. She's like, listen, I go to anger management.
Exactly.
Like, I needed it.
Because she's strong. Did you see her shove that producer?
Yeah, she don't play.
It was like a shove. Like, it was damn near like a van shove.
We love a strong baddie. Yes.
Yes, sis. Well, we know who not to play with. They thought she was a man when she punched the other girl. Mm-hmm. So we know she got a little power with that little fist. But he goes and he breaks down about losing his cousin, and I know what it's like to lose people that you love to street violence. So that's a lot of pain that you hold in. And like, it's been addressed on this show, like Dawn addressed it before. You grow up in the hood, you're just supposed to swallow your pain. You're not supposed to say that you hurt. You're not supposed to call somebody and say, bro, I need some company. I'm feeling a little, that's looked at as weak. So, as a whole, people are holding in a lot of pain. And I'm, like you said, I'm so happy that mental health is becoming okay to talk about and okay to address, because so many of us, myself included, we walk around with pain, things that we've been through. So it's good to know within your relationship that your woman's not going to look at you as weak. And she actually has your back, Yeah. And she isn't the only one who feels like that he went too far, because Lily put her 2 cents in the bucket today too, honey. But it's just like, as soon as I started feeling okay about Lily, I had to snatch her cool card, like, right back.
Yeah.
And I hate to have to be that person, but it's like, sis.
Lily's one of those people, she has an issue with something if she doesn't like the person. So I feel like she would have been team 9 Mag had it not been Junior and Adriana fighting someone. But because it's them, now it's that they're in the wrong. And I think both parties were in the wrong as far as SP versus Junior, but I don't think Dawn and Ryan and Van were in the wrong, because they were defending someone.
First of all, they tried several times to calm him down. There was several times that they tried to calm him down, and he just wasn't having it. He wanted what he got, and unfortunately, they brought it to him. Like, all right, well, that's what you want, that's what you're gonna get. But not only did she disappoint me, because here's my thing. She wants to complain about somebody else being out of pocket and somebody else saying too much and somebody else doing the most, but she is the most doing the mostest ass person on this show as far as fighting, confronting people. This is the first season that we've seen her show self-control in that manner. She drinks a lot. She has. So it's just like, a lot of times this happens. It's almost like when you try to get out of the street game, you get locked up. Like, I don't doubt that she wants to reform. I don't doubt that she wants to be a better person, because she's seeing herself now too. But she doesn't have the right to point her finger. She isn't that far out of that behavior to point her finger and talk bad about somebody else when she was just doing it herself. Last season, which was a couple of months ago, Yeah. How'd you feel about that? About her really coming down on Junior being wild when she's a wild one?
I just feel like I really was proud of Lily this season, because I felt like we saw, like you said, a lot of growth, and it was disappointing. You don't get to pick and choose when you're going to grow as a person. You don't get to pick and choose when you are going to be the bigger person. Like, if you really want to grow, if you really want to change, you need to put that in all aspects of your life. And when I'm really going to believe that you're changing as a person is when we see growth in areas where you don't like the person. Because it's easy to turn the cheek with someone you don't have beef with. But if you have deep beef with someone and you're still being petty, then it's like,
where's your ability to sympathize? Where's your ability to put yourself in the shoes that you have been in so many times and say, okay, I know what he might be going through, or he does have a pain, or he's going to I don't know, did she know he was going to therapy?
Maybe I don't think so, but it just feels very manipulative, because what she did with Adriana and telling Adriana that Junior said he's still in love with her, and Junior was like, show me. If I said that, show me. And she didn't, because she was just trying to cause an issue.
Do you think she has an accountability issue? Do you think Lily has been good at being accountable for the things that she's done?
I think there's an accountability issue, and I think that she goes for the jugular, no matter what. Lily is the type of person who just goes below the belt no matter what.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter who it is. I think the only person safe of that is Ryan.
Yeah, I have a point about Ryan too, because Ryan he had to face the fact that he was the boss now. It wasn't a group decision whether or not Lily stayed or gold after this she got flued out.
She got flued out.
If she was gonna stay or get flued out. But yeah, Danielle comes and says, there's a video circulating, and when we get to see this video, she is really spewing this N-word out of her mouth with hatred. It isn't, if I'm mad at a female, if I'm arguing with a female, the N-word is not going to be, I'm quicker to call you a bitch than a nigga. So for you to be not even an African American and you want to keep intentionally feeling like you have the right to call a female of all people the N-word, I just felt extremely disrespected. And I felt even more disrespected once it was made an issue and you're in a room full of African American people. The right, to me, the proper way to handle yourself would have been, wow, I did do that. Y'all know I'm wild. I used to be wild and I was going through some stuff, but I ain't mean to offend y'all in that way, and okay, my bad. I apologize. Y'all know I was in a different place. But she just denied. She refused to accept accountability for just being wrong.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to dive too deep into it and
no dive,
and be
because
like,
that's why these things happen.
But when you call someone the N-word and you're not black, then there's already the levels of racism that it is.
Exactly.
And I don't care if you grew up in the hood. I don't care, because listen, in the hood that I'm black, but the hood I grew up in was black people, there were Latino people, there were Asian people, and the people I grew up, my friends, never said that.
Exactly.
Because they knew their place. Because your economic stance doesn't define your race. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't suddenly, even though, yes, technically there's an oppression there, it doesn't mean that we're all rocking the same oppression. So I just felt like that didn't make a lot of sense to me. Oh, I'm from the hood. No, that doesn't make anything. But also the fact that you call a black woman the N-word when already there's so many people trying to defeminize the black woman and trying to, push masculinity on us because it's making us less than. That's where I kind of had an issue with it as well, because it's don't make Jen come off to be this man, because you know what I'm saying,
right.
Especially when you play into the whole colorism thing, her being the beautiful dark-skinned woman that she is. When you sit there and make it seem like she's manly and use these racial terms on her, that's not okay.
It's just disrespectful. And for Charmaine, the only reason why she refused to apologize, I feel like the biggest, maybe not the only, because her ego is in the way, it's the fact that it was Charmaine, and she felt like, I'm not gonna let Charmaine make me apologize for something. That's really how I felt about her actions, because she knows she has an issue with Charmaine. It's nah. And the more she fought against Charmaine, this is why you need to be self-aware. The more she offended everybody in that room.
Yeah.
And it put Ryan in a really bad position, because I know he has to have a spot in his heart for her. Because he let her back in after she talked all that shit the first time. She jumped boat to go back to Ryan just because. I feel like she just was saving herself from a sinking ship. It was no loyalty. And she's mad at Charmaine, and it was just so much that led to that.
Right.
So it's to see that, I want Ryan to be able to see that when you're running a business, a bad apple can spoil a bunch.
Yeah. And I think he made the right move. I don't, because there are people I'm friends with, but I would never put in my business. There are people I'm cool with, I have mad love for, but I'm never going to let them tarnish my brand. So I understand where he was coming from that. I also understand where it's y'all not going to tell me, the owner, what I need to do.
I think he did a good job of keeping his poise. And I think for one of the first times, he really felt the pressure of it being all his decision.
Yeah.
Because it was damn, this on me now. What do I do? And Van was willing to walk away because he felt so disrespected. And my thing is to what point do you put up with somebody who causes so many issues within your business? You know what I mean? At what point do you draw the line and say you're an extremely, and I'm not saying that he should have fired her. I'm not saying that. I'm just really asking a hypothetical question. If you are coming in, if you had a beef and you are the factor in all of these people having these problems with you, and you so many fights and you're in the middle of so much stuff, at what point do you say you're really talented and I think you're going to do really good at another shop, but you're causing too much trouble for my business?
Can I be honest with you? I think that had Nine Mag not had a TV show, Lily would be gone. Because a lot of the conflict on this show is because of Lily. She makes for great TV. So I feel like if this was the second 9mag store that Ryan has, it wouldn't have been. He's not playing that game. You know what I'm saying? Because that one's very business. It's off TV. Like that one's hardcore. But because this particular one is more catered to like viewers. She's going to be gone for a minute, but she's obviously coming back. You know what I'm saying? And so he's going to tolerate that. But I think Ryan's a really smart businessman, and he's going to, you know, he knows what makes good TV, and he knows what VH1 producers want. But I will say on the Lily subject that if you're not black and you're saying the N-word, because some black people will let you say the N-word around them. Right. I'm not one of those people. Right. But some will. Whatever, to each their own. But if you say the N-word in front of a black person who doesn't want to hear it, they don't have to give you a reason.
Don't. Charmaine didn't owe her any of that. But I'm glad that she told her. I'm glad that she read her in the way that she did, because how can you think there's a difference between spick and nigga? And it's and like Ashley said earlier, she did make a good point. Like, I can't wait for us to evolve past the point of having to call each other that, not even having to, but being comfortable with it. But we took a power back now. Now we have something that nobody else should be able to feel entitled to. Yeah. And that was strategic. You know what I mean? And one day we will only be kings and queens to each other, but it doesn't give you the right to disrespect the pain that's associated with it. And whenever you find out it's your job to apologize. And don't use it. Just don't say it, Lily. You were dead wrong.
And do I actually think Lily's racist? No. I don't think she's racist. I think she's ignorant, and I think she's stubborn.
But when it comes out your mouth because you mad.
Yes, that's true. I'm just saying, I don't think in her day-to-day, I don't think she's a conscious racist. I think a lot of people have racist tendencies.
What's the difference between nigga and spit? You know what I'm saying?
When they brought that up. But I feel that, but I'm not going to tell. I don't want to have the comparison of that, because I'm not going to tell the Latino community.
I would never disrespect somebody and call them that.
I wouldn't say it, period. But I'm never going to tell the Latino community that word's not offensive and it's not as bad, because I don't know the weight that it holds on that community. Just like I'm part of the LGBT community, but I'm never going to use the F word, because that word's never going to be used on me, and I can't comprehend the weight that word has. So I just feel like at the end of the day, if it offends someone, they don't have to explain it to you. Don't use it. I don't think Lily's a conscious racist. I think lots of people have racist tendencies that need to be unlearned and need to be unpackaged. But I don't think she's going out of her way to be like, let me be a racist. You know what I'm saying?
And I was pissed because of the accountability factor when she said, y'all been letting me say it all this time. Why is it a problem now? I was almost like, damn, I'm mad she even had that point to make.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? But she had a point, and that's why I think we need to start being more accountable for how we even present ourselves and how we show each other, how we treat each other, so that people don't think that they could just come around us saying any old thing to us at the wrong time.
I think another point that needs to be brought up, though, is just because a girl's pretty and because she's from the hood or whatever, if she's not black, she shouldn't be saying it. And
period.
Just because she's cute or whatever doesn't mean that it
period.
Slides. So don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
If you say it in front of me, I'm going to ask you politely one time.
Yeah, you shouldn't feel that entitled. You shouldn't even feel that entitled to say it.
And then the second time, we're going to have problems.
Like, you are doing an entire art show about the oppression of your people.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like, how dare you have this whole thing? Because like I've been super supportive of her, the art show, because I think it's a dope concept. But how dare you want to run something like that and then not have the empathy towards people, even if you don't like them.
You took the words out of my mouth.
To not use that word. If it offends someone, end of the day, don't use it.
This is a lesson in empathy. This is a lesson of accountability. This is a lesson of when you're wrong, admitting that you're wrong, and removing your ego from the situation, and it's okay to apologize. It doesn't make you weak. And I don't know what this, she's always had this thing where she just had to be so tough. And it's like, okay, maybe now seeing yourself and seeing how ignorant you looked tonight, and the fact that Charmaine had to read you for filth over this, hopefully it helps you continue to grow. Yeah. And you stay on the same path that you've been on and you don't revert.
Yeah, I don't think she's a dummy. I think she was able to look back on this and be like, you know what? Like, even though I don't like the people who said this.
I don't think she's dumb, but I don't think she's always had the best emotional intelligence either.
No, but I think we've seen a lot of growth from her, so I feel like, you know.
All right, well, we don't have much news and gossip, and that was the bulk of today's episode, but I do want to move into predictions and our special segment, Doing the Most.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What you think?
Okay, so my doing the most would definitely be Lily, obviously, because that was just not cool. And then my predictions, I'm hoping that we get to see, because I feel like Ryan really does. He really is like the big brother to a lot of them, and especially Lily. And I think when they go to Lily's art show, he's going to kind of have a heart-to-heart with her. And I think, I really do believe Lily is going to learn, you know, to come around. And then I'm just nervous about this Junior thing because I love Junior.
Yeah, we don't want Junior to... I have a feeling that the charges are going to get dropped against Junior. And I think that because Ryan is deeply on the inside of his tough guy thing, he is a deeply empathetic person. And I think that's why he is tough. He puts on his strong coat of armor because he knows that he's a sensitive, caring person. And, you know, you got to be careful when you care like that. You might end up caring about the wrong person the wrong way. So I think that he really does want to see her grow, and he's not going to really punish her too much, but he's just going to sit her aside long enough for her to think about her actions and come to the light herself. And I'm hoping, Lily, that you learn from this experience and that you learn, you know, just the respect and just to some things you just can't do, sis, and it is what it is. You cross the line. So I hope that you learn from it and you continue to grow. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this thing up? It's a very intense episode.
No.
Well,
season finale next week?
Yeah, season finale's next week. Hopefully, before we leave, we can get one of these guys to pop up on us. Maybe we saw Ryan land in L.A., so maybe we'll get a visit from him. Not sure. He kind of dropped a hint that he may come through, so... we'll have to wait till next week to see, but we will have Kiki and El Marie back in the building with us next week to wrap this season up before we jump back into New York. Until then, I'm your girl Carmen, and I would love to thank Ashley again for Skyping in with us. You got her handles. Y'all check her out, follow her, and look for her new projects. I'm Carmen. You can find me on Instagram at king_karma_ and Twitter, the same handle.
And I'm Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
And we will see you guys next week for the finale. Don't miss it.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principal.